Hi there. Here we're going to be looking at the first couple of objectives in the chapter on emotions and moods. And I want you to follow along with me here that emotions do have an effect on behavior. Nevertheless, until recently, organizational behavior has not been given much research attention to the subject. Wide-standing belief that emotions of any kind were thought to be disruptive in the work environment began to change. I want to refer you to PowerPoint 4-4. Certainly, some emotions, particularly when exhibited at the wrong time, can hinder employee performance. This doesn't change the fact that employees bring their emotional sides with them to work every day, and that no study of organizational behavior would be comprehensive without considering the role of emotions in workplace behavior. Look at Exhibit 4-1 in PowerPoint 4.5. Let's identify what are emotions and moods. How do we differentiate between them? Well, there's an emotional terminology. There are three closely related terms that must be defined before we can explore the subject. A is what we call affect. That's A-F-F-E-C-T. That is the generic term that covers a broad range of feelings that people experience. It's an umbrella concept that encompasses both emotions and moods. The second thing is emotion. Emotion is the intense feelings that are directed at someone or something. Emotions are more fleeting than moods. Emotions tend to be clearly revealed through facial expressions and are often action-oriented. Get out of here! That's an emotion. Emotions are reactions to a person. Seeing a friend at work, you might feel glad. Hey bud, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Or an event dealing with a rude client may make you feel angry. You show your emotions when you're happy about something, angry at someone, or afraid of something. Now, emotions and moods are different. A mood is the feelings that tend to be less intensive than emotions and often lack a contextual stimulus. Longer lasting than emotions, moods are not usually directed at a person or event. Moods are more cognitive, meaning they cause us to think or brood about a subject for a while. Moods aren't usually directed at a person or at an event. Now, what can emotions do? Emotions can turn into moods when you lose focus on the event or object that started that feeling that you got. So, by the same token, good or bad moods can make you more emotional in response to an event. So when a colleague criticizes you about how you spoke to a client, it might be constructive criticism, you might show emotion, initially anger, toward a specific object, your colleague. What do you mean I didn't do that right? But as the specific emotion dissipates, you might just feel generally dispirited. You can't attribute this feeling to any single event. You're just not your normal self. Like someone comes up to you and say, hey, what's up? Nothing. I mean, come on, I know something's wrong. No, I'm fine, really. All right, that's what they're talking about here. You might then overreact to other events. What's your problem? Why did you do it that way? Someone responds and says, Well, this is the same way I've been doing this thing all along. So, if you look at Exhibit 4-1 in your book, this affect, A-F-F-E-C-T state, describes a mood. It shows the relationships among affect, emotions, and mood. Also, excuse me, Exhibit 4-1 shows important relationships. First, it shows that affect is a broad term that encompasses emotions and moods. Second, it shows differences between emotions and moods. So some of these differences, okay, that emotions are more likely to be caused by a specific event, and emotions are more fleeting than moods, and that's what we just talked about. Other differences are a little more subtle. For example, unlike moods, emotions like anger and disgust tend to be more clearly revealed by facial expressions. Oh, I can't believe you did this again. Also, some researchers speculate that emotions may be more action-oriented. They may lead us to some immediate action, while moods may be more cognitive. I'm going to break your head. You ruined my whole project. That's more immediate, meaning that they may cause us to think or brood for a while. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Finally, the exhibit in 4-1 shows that emotions and moods are closely connected, and they actually can influence each other. For example, getting your dream job may generate the emotion of joy, which can put you in a good mood for several days. Similarly, if you're in a good or bad mood, it might make you experience a more intense positive or negative emotion than otherwise. So, in a bad mood, you might blow up in response to a coworker's comment that would normally have generated usually a mild reaction. Affect, emotions, and moods are separable in theory, but in practice, the distinction honestly isn't crystal clear. In some areas, researchers have studied mostly moods, in other areas, mainly emotions. So when we review these OB topics on emotions and moods, you may see more information on emotions in one area and on moods in another. Okay, I'm going to give you time to absorb what I just said.